My name is Sarah Mitchell. I'm 28 years old, and I live in Nashville, Tennessee. This is the story of how my mother-in-law destroyed my wedding and how I got the ultimate revenge. I met Jake Reynolds when I was 25. He was 27, worked as a marketing manager. I was a graphic designer. We met at an industry conference, dated for 2 years, got engaged. Jake's mother, Margaret Reynolds, was 58. Former pageant queen, Miss Tennessee 1985. Still acted like she was the center of attention. Dramatic, controlling, image-obsessed. From our first meeting, Margaret made it clear. I wasn't good enough. "So you're a graphic designer. How creative," said like an insult. "I enjoy my work. Jake deserves someone with a more prestigious career. A doctor, a lawyer, someone who matches his status. I think what matters is that we love each other. Love fades, dear. Status doesn't." When Jake proposed, Margaret's response, "Already? Don't you want to see other options first?" "Mom, I love Sarah. I know you think you do." She didn't come to our engagement party. Said she was too upset to celebrate. Wedding planning started. Sarah and Jake were paying for everything ourselves. We wanted control. Our budget? $30,000. Not huge, but enough for a nice wedding. I tried to include Margaret. Asked her opinion on flowers, colors, venue. Every suggestion. "That's not how I would do it." "How would you do it?" "Elegantly, sophisticatedly. Not this Pinterest DIY look you're going for." I was going for romantic garden wedding, outdoor ceremony, string lights, roses, elegant but warm. Margaret wanted formal ballroom, crystal chandeliers, ice sculptures, Baroque style. "Margaret, that's not our style." "It should be. Jake is a Reynolds. Reynolds weddings are events, not backyard parties." "We're paying for it." "Unfortunately." She said it like she wished she was paying so she could control everything. Spoiler alert, she tried to control it anyway. 6 months before wedding, Margaret started making suggestions to vendors. Called our florist. "Sarah's rose choices are pedestrian. Let me recommend something better. Carnations. White carnations. Very classic." Florist. "Actually, Sarah specifically requested garden roses." "I understand, but I'm the groom's mother. I know what's best." I found out when florist called to confirm. "Just checking, you're okay with the change to carnations?" "What change?" Jake's mother called and changed the order. "Change it back, roses." Margaret has no authority. I called Margaret. "Why did you change my flowers?" "Because your choices were wrong." "They're my wedding flowers." "And he's my son. I have a say." "No, you don't." She hung up. This became a pattern. Every vendor Margaret would call. Photographer. "I need extra time for family photos. The bride's family can have less." DJ. "Forget Sarah's music list. I have better selections." Venue coordinator. "The ceremony space needs to be rearranged. I'll send you a diagram." Each time I had to call back. Ignore Margaret Reynolds. She has no authority. Some vendors listened. Some sided with Margaret. "But she's the groom's mother. She must know." "She doesn't know. It's my wedding." Jake tried to help. Called his mother. "Mom, stop interfering." "I'm not interfering. I'm helping." "Sarah doesn't want help. She wants to plan her own wedding." "Well, maybe Sarah doesn't know what she's doing." 2 weeks before wedding, shit hit the fan. I called the caterer for final headcount confirmation. 150 guests. Caterer. "Actually, we have you down for 180. "What?" "No, 150. Margaret Reynolds called last week, added 30 guests. "She what?" "She said family friends. Said you'd forgotten to invite them. I didn't forget. We're at capacity. Who did she invite? 30 people I'd never heard of. Margaret's friends, her book club, her tennis league, her church group. I called Margaret, furious. You invited 30 people to my wedding without asking? They're important to me. I can't exclude them. It's not your wedding to invite people to. Jake is my son. It's partially my wedding. No, it's not. Well, they're already invited. I can't uninvite them. That would be rude. I wanted to scream. I called caterer back. Remove those 30 people. Keep it at 150. But Mrs. Reynolds said, I don't care what Mrs. Reynolds said. She's not paying. Remove them. The caterer complied, reluctantly. Margaret found out, called Jake, crying. Your bride is cruel. She uninvited all my friends. Jake, Mom, Sarah invited the people she wanted at her wedding. Our wedding. I'm family. Your extended family. It's Sarah's day. It's your day too. Don't you want your mother to be happy? Jake was frustrated but stood firm. Mom, you need to back off. She hung up. Didn't speak to Jake for 3 days. Then, 1 week before wedding, I discovered something worse. I called the DJ to confirm final song list. Our first dance song? Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis. DJ. Actually, Margaret changed that. She what? Called yesterday. Changed first dance to Wind Beneath My Wings. Said it's her and Jake's special song. I nearly dropped the phone. That's a mother-son song, not a wedding song. She said, change it back. Our song. Can't Help Falling in Love. Margaret has no authority. Then I called the caterer to confirm menu. We'd chosen chicken marsala and grilled salmon, 2 options to accommodate different preferences. My father is vegetarian. Salmon for him. Caterer, we have you down for beef Wellington. Margaret called last week. Of course she did! And said beef only. No chicken, no fish. She said it's more elegant. My father is vegetarian. What's he supposed to eat? There are sides. Change it back. Chicken and salmon. Ignore any future calls from Margaret. I called every vendor. Confirmed. Do not take any instructions from Margaret Reynolds. She is not authorized. Only Sarah Mitchell or Jake Reynolds. Most vendors agreed, but the damage was done. I spent the whole week before my wedding undoing Margaret's sabotage. Wedding day. I was stressed, exhausted, but determined to enjoy my day. Hair and makeup, 8 a.m. Bridesmaids arrived. We were getting ready at the venue, garden estate, getting ready rooms on site. 10 a.m. Margaret showed up. I was in my wedding dress. Strapless, A-line, ivory lace. Beautiful. Margaret walked in. She was wearing white. Not ivory, not cream. White. Full-length white gown. Lacy, with a train. She looked like a second bride. My maid of honor, Jenna, gasped. Margaret, you're wearing white. It's champagne. It's white. It's a very pale champagne, barely noticeable. You look like a bride. Margaret smiled. Do I? How funny. She wasn't being funny. She was being deliberate. Margaret, I said, voice shaking. You need to change. I don't have anything else. Then go home and get something else. The ceremony starts in 2 hours. I don't have time. You wore white on purpose. I wore what I wanted. It's a free country. Jenna pulled out her phone. I'm ordering you an emergency dress from Nordstrom. They have same-day delivery. I'm not changing, Margaret snapped. This dress cost $800. I'm wearing it. It's white. You can't wear white to someone else's wedding. Watch me. She left the room. I turned to Jenna. What do I do? We tell Jake. He needs to handle his mother. Jake was getting ready separately, groom's suite. Jenna texted him a photo of Margaret. 5 minutes later, Jake came to our door. Mom's wearing what? White. Full white gown. That's insane. I'll talk to her. He found Margaret. Confrontation in the hallway. We could hear, Mom, you cannot wear white. I can wear what I want. It's disrespectful. It's a lovely dress. It's Sarah's wedding. You look like you're competing with her. Maybe I am. Silence. What did you just say? I said maybe I am. Jake, you're my son. This wedding is about our family, not just her. This wedding is about me and Sarah. You're a guest. I'm your mother. I'm more important than a guest. Change the dress. No. Jake stormed back. She won't change. I'm sorry. I tried. I felt defeated. But Jenna had a plan. We'll handle it. Let's just get through the ceremony. Ceremony time. 2 p.m. Garden setting. White chairs. Floral arch. String lights everywhere. 150 guests. Jake was at the altar with his groomsmen. Officiant ready. Music started. Bridesmaids walked down the aisle. Then, Margaret. She walked down the aisle slowly, smiling, waving to guests, like she was the bride. Guests were whispering, pointing, taking photos. My mother, sitting in front row, looked horrified. Margaret reached her seat, didn't sit, stood, posed. Let people photograph her in her white dress, finally sat. Then, my entrance. Bridal chorus started. Everyone stood. I walked down the aisle with my father, saw Jake at the altar. He looked stressed but smiled when he saw me. I reached the altar. Ceremony began. Officiant. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today. Standard ceremony. Readings. Vows approaching. Then came the moment. Officiant. If anyone has any reason why these two should not be wed, speak now or forever hold your peace. It's usually just a formality. Nobody actually objects. Margaret stood up. I object! The entire venue went silent. 150 people froze. Officiant looked shocked. Excuse me? I object to this marriage! Jake. Mom, sit down. No, I have the right to speak. You asked if anyone objects. It's a formality. Nobody actually objects. I do. This marriage is a mistake. Guests were whispering. Phones were out. People were filming. I stood at the altar in my wedding dress, humiliated. Margaret continued. Jake is too young to get married. He's making a mistake. Sarah isn't right for him. I know my son better than anyone. This wedding should not happen. Officiant. Ma'am, this is highly inappropriate. I don't care. My son's future is at stake. My father stood up. That's enough. Jake stepped off the altar, walked to his mother. Mom, stop. Now. I'm trying to protect you. By ruining my wedding? By saving you from a bad decision. Sarah is the best thing that ever happened to me. Sit down or leave. Margaret looked around. Everyone was staring, judging, filming. She sat down, dramatically, sobbing loudly. The ceremony continued, but the mood was destroyed. During vows, Margaret sobbed loudly, over the top crying, wailing. Guests kept turning to look at her. She was making herself the center of attention. We got through vows, exchanged rings. The officiant pronounced us married. "You may kiss the bride." Jake kissed me. The audience applauded. As we walked back down the aisle, Margaret stood up again, intercepted us, hugged Jake, wouldn't let go. "My baby! You're married! I can't believe it!" Still making it about her. Reception, 4 p.m., cocktail hour, then dinner. Margaret had seated herself at the head table, with me, Jake, and the bridal party. "Margaret, your seat is at table 2 with Jake's father." "I'm the mother of the groom. I sit at the head table." "That's not how we arranged it." "Well, I'm sitting here." She sat, wouldn't move. "Jake, Mom, you need to move." "I'm staying here. I'm family." We didn't have time to argue. Guests were sitting. Dinner started. My father discovered his meal. Beef. No vegetarian option, despite my multiple confirmations with caterer. I pulled the caterer aside. "I confirmed chicken and salmon." "Margaret called yesterday, said beef only. She said she's paying." "She's not paying! We're paying!" "I'm so sorry. She was very convincing." My father had to eat sides and bread at my $30,000 wedding. Then came speeches. My maid of honor gave a lovely speech. Funny, heartfelt. Best man gave a nice speech. Then Margaret stood up, with a microphone. I'd like to say a few words. I hadn't invited her to give a speech. This wasn't planned. She started, "Hello, everyone. I'm Margaret, Jake's mother. I've known him his whole life, obviously." Forced laughter. "Jake has always been my special boy, my only son, the light of my life." When Jake told me he was getting married, I was surprised. He's so young, so much ahead of him. She wasn't congratulating us. She was criticizing. But Jake insisted. He said he loves Sarah, and as his mother, I have to support him, even when I think he's making a mistake. Gasps from guests. But that's what mothers do. We support our children even when we don't agree. So, Sarah, welcome to the family. I hope you make Jake happy. Though I'm not sure anyone can make him as happy as I do." She smiled, sat down. The room was silent, uncomfortable. My mother was crying, angry tears. Jake looked devastated. I was done. I stood up, grabbed the microphone from DJ. "Excuse me, I'd like to say something." Everyone looked at me. "First, thank you all for coming. This day means the world to Jake and me. Second, I need to address something. Margaret Reynolds has spent today trying to ruin this wedding." Margaret. "What?" "She wore white. She objected during our ceremony. She gave a speech insulting me. She's sabotaged vendors, changed menus without permission, and made today about her instead of us. This is my and Jake's wedding, not Margaret's." I turned to venue security. "Please escort Margaret Reynolds out." "You can't kick me out," Margaret screamed. "I can. It's my wedding. Security?" 2 security guards approached Margaret. "Don't touch me. I'm the groom's mother." "You're a disruptive guest. Leave." They escorted her out. She screamed the whole way. "This is abuse. I'm calling the police. You'll all be sorry." Guests were silent. Then, applause. People clapped as Margaret was removed. Margaret did call the police, claimed she was assaulted. Police came, reviewed security footage, told Margaret, "Ma'am, you were escorted out peacefully. No assault occurred. Leave or you'll be arrested for trespassing." She left. The wedding video, guests filmed everything, went viral. 2 million views on TikTok. Comments, "That mill is insane." The bride handled it perfectly. Justice served. Jake cut contact with his mother for 6 months. She never apologized. Eventually, they reconciled, but with strict boundaries. Margaret never apologized to me. Acts like she was the victim. But we got our revenge. Every time someone Googles Margaret Reynolds Nashville, they find the viral video of her being escorted out of our wedding. She's famous now, just not the way she wanted. I'm 28, happily married, and free from Margaret's control. And every anniversary, Jake and I watch the video of her being kicked out. Best wedding gift ever. If this wedding horror story resonated with you, subscribe for more real stories about toxic mothers-in-law, wedding drama, and standing up to family. Comment: have you had a family member ruin your wedding? Share your story.